Good evening, class. Tonight I will be doing for you our last project, Interpersonal Communication. I am pleased to say that I have really enjoyed this course this semester. My God, just to learn about listening and being a better communicator. Amen. Now, we will go on to the slide. Introduction. I will begin to talk to you all about my overarching goal. What is overarching goal and enlarging the conversation. I will define for you my behavior blend. I will also tell you what are some of the things that the behavior blend and how do it affect my communication. I'll begin to talk about the barriers that I have because of my behavior blend, and I will identify some of the solutions with the noise pollution, both internal and external, and I will give you an action plan. Number one, my interacting goal will be, my overarching goal will be, is to become a better communicator. Meaning, I identify here that it says that my overarching goal is to learn how to listen without agreeing with people that I am conversing with just to please them. According to Peterson, agreeing is talking, not listening. Amen. I would learn helpful communication that will be beneficial during the conversation. Enlarging the conversation. According to Stewart 2012, enlarging the conversation means being aware of one's environment. I will enlarge my communication by first learning techniques that will be helpful during the communication. Learn how to listen without agreeing or even disagreeing. Give back to the person exactly what they have given to me. Be aware of how it says your attitude, emotions, knowledge, and credibility with the receiver might have or alter whether and how your message is being received. My behavior blend. Behavior blend is defined by the 4 temperament models of human behavior. When I was doing the assessment, my graph 1 was I and S, meaning I'm both inspiring and submissive. I'm a people's pleaser. I'm outgoing. I'm passive. And one thing that I've learned that because I want to achieve more in my communication is that on my graph 1, I can be very pleasing to people. And I've learned that that's not really helping me at all. When I was doing a lot of studying, I realized that sometimes agreeing with people can be hurtful. Even when you're trying to please them, in communicating, people would then turn on you as if you're the one with the problem. The strengths that I have, again, I have people skills, speaking and influencing large groups. I'm a faithful servant. My weaknesses is thinking more about what people think. Number 2 is people are more important to me than anything else. And see, as you can tell through my strengths and weaknesses, they don't really match. Of course, they're strengths and weaknesses. My weaknesses have become a crutch, and I have been doing it a lot lately, and I've noticed that since I've been in this class that I am a really people's pleaser, and that's not really helping anybody in the situation. And as you will see, some of my barriers in communication is because I'm a people's pleaser on my graph 1, on graph 2 I can become a D quickly, meaning I become very demanding, and it happens so fast once I have gotten in a position where I can no longer take it anymore. Number 1 says, my tone become hurtful. According to Stewart 2012, hurtful messages are one of the ways that people attempt to assert their power. Because I'm a people's pleaser, I don't typically assert my power until I can't take it anymore. And I've learned throughout this class that that's not really a good way to be. And that's not really a good thing to do when you are being a leader and a servant of God. Amen. Also, listening skills will help clarify and understand the message that are being sent to you. Without the skills needed, I would not be being able to completely learn how to communicate without pleasing. And that's Johnson 2004. The noise, my internal says, hearing what you say, biased listening, personal problems, and the external is room temperature, outside noise, and phone calls. I need to begin to kind of eliminate some of these things in my life so I can hear it clearly and be able to communicate effectively. Amen. My plan of action is to keep my overarching goal in mind. I need to keep in mind that throughout this journey, I don't need to be a people's pleaser. I need to learn how to have balance in my life, and not just in my education, but also in my personal life, in my spiritual life, in my life all the way around. Amen. Recognizing when I'm being a people's pleaser and knowing that agreeing can be hurtful to a person as well. People don't always need people to agree with them. Sometimes people need people to be able to have their own opinion. And I'm learning throughout this class and throughout this semester, not just this class, but I've also taken psychology this semester as well, and I've noticed that you have to be an effective communicator. And on this Christian journey, and even in counseling, we need to be able to give back to our clients what they're giving to us, just listening and being able to do what it is that God has called us to do. Amen. In conclusion, I realized that I've had this issue since birth. I realized that throughout the course of life, that a lot of things has happened to me, has caused me to be able to be a pleaser. And I'm knowing that now it's time to take back control over my life, so I will no longer have to please people, that I can begin to do things on my own. Amen. And that concludes my interpersonal communication project this semester. I thank you all for being attentive, and I see you all the next time. Thank you.